I'm pleased to add the psychological angle to this event about peace, education, Goal 16 and Goal 4, and to add into that Target 3.4, which is about promoting mental health and well-being, because that creates the foundation really for peace and for education. So basically my point is that peace is important on 3 levels. Within, then peace between people, and then peace among countries. So it's intra-psychic, interpersonal, and then international. And they are all merged together and have a basis on really feeling good about oneself, then understanding and good about another person, and then understanding about other cultures and religions and persons. So that's the overall thesis. Now, relevant to this particular issue is that there are some psychological, social psychological principles. One is a hypothesis about social identity, that people create their identity into us and them in order to feel better about themselves. There has to be a them, an outside. And we know that because there are so many competitions in the world. In soccer and football, we have teams all the time that are in competition. Liverpool and Manchester United is like the biggest soccer competition imaginable. And we have different races, and we have even genders, male and female. And in America, the politics parties, the Democrats and the Republicans, and the same parties all over the world. So there's this dimension of the us and the them. But we need to reach common ground, which means what do those 2 groups have in common? And the answer usually is they want a better world and a better life for their children and for themselves. And then you can make a list of other things they want. Now, the solution to this social identity hypothesis, which clashes the us and them, is really a principle that when you work together with others who seem to be different, the us and the them, there creates a sense of unity. So that social interaction theory and hypothesis is what creates peace. And one example of that is children who were put together, who initially were of different races, different backgrounds, etc., and they're working on a common kind of a problem together, all of a sudden enjoy each other and have respect for one another and find each other interesting and like a pal and a buddy. Only when they go back to their homes where their parents have different ideas does that break apart. And in my personal experience in the Israeli-Palestinian issue, for which I wrote the book Beyond Bullets and Bombs, Grassroots Peace Building Between Israelis and Palestinians, many groups are working together in people-to-people projects. That means that kids are learning internet together and computer. People are trekking across the Sierra. People are breaking bread together. They are doing projects that bring them together and see that they share more than their differences, that they are similar, and that they come from the same background, they really have similar names, similar food tastes, many of these issues. So that is the solution in people to people, and what we need in peace is to expand those kinds of groups who are sharing. Thank you.